Rebellions are built on hope.
We talk about something else that's not Star Wars in this great world of fandom. I don't know why I said that, but a world between fandoms. There's my intro. That tardy sound gets louder every week for some reason, which I'm not caught up with Doctor Who, as you know. I'm doing my rewatch, but the current Doctor, she's going through her regeneration in the next episode as we bring in a new Doctor.
So we're going to get the new one?
Yes.
I know what regeneration is. And fun fact, she's my Avar Chris.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
She'll be a great Avar Chris.
Jodie Whittaker.
Yeah, and we have the 60th anniversary soon where all the Doctors come back. David Tennant's there. Matt Mitz is not confirmed, but he will show up.
I even saw Neil Patrick Harris.
Yeah, he's going to be there. You imagine Matt Smith gets there with that Targaryen hair, all blonde.
Yeah, that would be...
Oh, man, what am I doing here? All right, so War Between Fandoms. Oti, we're going to start with you. We said it before, She-Hulk. So you're not up to date on She-Hulk. You haven't watched a single episode.
Nope.
But do you just want to go, or do you want me to kind of say what the episode was about?
I just want to say I'm so tired about on the discourse on this show, and every time I learn a little bit more on why people are upset, I get upset because like, come on, like enjoy something, and if you don't enjoy it, don't watch it. Like if you saw the first 3 episodes of She-Hulk and you're like, this is not for me, why are you still watching it? And if you're like some kind of masochist who's like, yeah, I like being upset, don't put it on Twitter. Like, I don't care. That whole thing, like, they never set up that he would have a one-night stand. What the hell are you talking about? This is a guy who dresses up as the devil to beat the crap out of people.
Yeah,
like, come on. Like, are sins really an issue right now?
And have you seen the intro to the Daredevil series? Just the intro, so all the blood on the justice.
And that's kind of the debacle of Matt Murdock. Like, he's a devout Christian who does these horrible things at night. And
that's why he goes to the priest and tells and confesses every night.
Yes.
Even before he says, what I'm going to do tonight, you're not going to like it.
That's the beginning of the series. It was like...
And, you know, in every comic, in every Daredevil comic, we have that iconic scene where he goes to the priest. Like, it's a part of the character. And I don't think a one-night stand is the thing that breaks the character. Come on.
Well, he had like 4. Every season, he hooked up with someone new.
Sometimes for fun, like when about this topic, that he's supposed to be practicing Catholic. I'm trying to, like, the poster, whoever posted. I mean, if you're bothered about this, it's because you are a Catholic. And I'm tempted just for fun. Like, it started like, okay, question, give me the 10 Commandments. What are the... and like, dude, I mean, you're supposed to be complaining about that imaginary character because it's not real.
That's the thing. I'm not gonna get into like religion or anything, but you know, I'm not an atheist. I'm kind of a Catholic. I went to Catholic school my whole life. I've never watched this show and be like,
exactly.
how accurate is this with the dogma? Like, come on.
Exactly. Yeah. But they clutched their pearls like, this is like, it's fake.
Yeah. It's probably the same people that think that Punisher will be pro-cop. So we'll leave it at that. But how, and we'll get back to it.
A word on that.
Yes. Have you been watching She-Hulk? Are you caught up? At least I can have a conversation with someone about She-Hulk.
Yeah, no, I've been enjoying it. It's fun. It's comedy, and I think it goes along with the character. And I know that we just recently, perhaps you guys mentioned about the Deadpool, Wolverine. Yeah. And I think it's like, oh my God, we're gonna have another 4th wall breaker.
That would be very interesting. And I mentioned throughout the first 3 episodes, I was kind of on the series, but the last 4, I guess at this point, 4 or 5, I really enjoy because, like you said, Oti, if at this point you don't know what the show is about, then get a new hobby. Once I saw what the show was about, and it kind of focused more on the comedy side of it, and the superhero stuff was in the background, I started enjoying it a lot more. And this episode, the same thing. Here we get Matt Murdock comes in to help. I forgot the name, but the designer, the guy that designs the clothes, is my favorite character.
Jay.
He's so funny. He's great. He comes in to help. Matt Murdock comes in to help him in this case that he's got against the other leapfrogger, whatever his name was.
Yeah.
And I love everything. Hello. Oh, Dale is here.
there.
How you doing, Dale? Thanks for joining us.
And Mo's also enjoying She-Hulk, but man, that the ending
Yeah.
was heartbreaking.
The
Yeah.
ending was.
So
truly-
last week, Otti, we kind of mentioned, or I mentioned, I guess, that everything was fine. And then the ending to the previous episode was this guy, Josh, stealing the information from her phone to post it online in this Intelligentsia, whatever this Fandom Menace 4chan website is. And then all that, we had the whole episode there. There is a great, very fun back and forth. The dynamics between Matt and Jen Walters is great. Of course, it makes sense for them to hook up because the chemistry was there. But then at the end, her whole life is kind of put on display in this. You say you don't care. All right, you can say that. But like Norhal, like you said, it's something that mostly women out there go through. I can't relate to that, but it's very revealing. And we said how kind of okay we were watching Cyril Khan and his mom go at it, but this was even worse. And it's something that, again, real life happens out there. It's kind of, it's so gross that this happens. So for me, her reaction was expected. But I know that for the people, they're freaked out, of course. There's a Green Hulk going nuts.
Yeah. No, and I agree with you. I mean, it was relatable for a lot of us women out there. But I think that their interaction, Daredevil and She-Hulk was real, and Matt and Jen. And it was fantastic because in the previous episodes, what we've seen is that she wants to just have her life, meet someone. And this is interesting that the guy she hooks up with is blind.
Yeah.
So he doesn't know between Jen, She-Hulk is the same person.
Sure.
Obviously,
yeah.
He, with his echolocation, he perceives this different set of powers, but however, for him, it's the same.
It's the same person. Yeah, that's right.
Fantastic.
Yeah, that's a great way to look at it. I didn't kind of think about it that way. But yeah, because everyone else always has a distinction between her. Do they like Jen? Do they like She-Hulk? Both or whatever. And then here is for Matt, it's the same thing. It's the same person, which is great because that's what she wants. So yeah, that was great. I hope we get more between them because again, their chemistry was off the charts.
Yes.
But yeah, that ending, not the best one to kind of look at because again, it's something very personal that got kind of thrown there. Just her having a relationship with someone. I don't know if it was with Josh and he just videotaped it. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how then the series ends next week, how this goes forward, how people now view her because she kind of holds out or whatever. So we'll see where this series kind of goes. All right, Otti, you're back.
Yay.
Yay.
You know where we're going. Rings of Power. It's Rings of Power, dude.
I watched it.
Thank you. Finally watching on time. I'm loving this series. My favorite thing out there right now. Ando, I love you, but it's all about Rings of Power for me. Previous episode of the charts. All action. We got.
I watched it right after the show, and we talked, and the minute, not to get like very into detail because I know Nora hasn't seen it, but the minute I saw where the water was heading, I was like, no.
Oh.
Yes, it was same thing. I'm like, they're gonna drown the town, and then, oh no. All right. So to try to not spoil too much for know-how out there, but this was the aftermath. This whole episode, which I expected was going to be a lot slower. It's not going to be as action-packed as the previous one, as we set up the finale next week. But it's all about the aftermath to the explosion and the creation of this place. I love the beginning of it. That it wasn't, there's an explosion and now we're all just covered in ash and we're back in the settlement. It takes 15 minutes of they're still dealing with everything. Everything's on fire. Galadriel doesn't know where to go.
Trying
Who's
to
alive?
Yep, we don't know. for most of the episode. Well, there's also this prequel thing. Like, yeah, we know Galadriel can die. We know Elendil can die. We know Isildur can't die. But the rest, it was like, I was afraid of for Arondir and Berwin. I was like, where are they?
I'll be honest. I thought Browin had ate it.
Me too.
When-
They teased it a couple times in the last episode.
Because before this we get Elendil with a fake out with Isildur, and then we go to the hutch or whatever. We get the fake out with Bronwyn when Theo thinks she's the one helping, and then we see the hair under the blanket. I like, oh crap, they did it. They killed her. I was very afraid for Bronwyn. I'm glad she's still alive.
Me too.
But I love also in this episode how Theo helps Galadriel see the path she was going, because Theo is a mirror for her. He's going through that path, and she's like, I can't. I gotta help him out because we can't right now. We can't just go battle. First episode, she was leaving the other elves behind because we had to find Sauron. And here, when he said, "Oh, we gotta go and fight them," he's like, "No, this is done. We can't do it right now. We gotta go through it." And we gotta mention, people were waiting. Isn't she married? Where's Celeborn? Why is she going? What's this Halbrand guy going?
She mentions it.
Do you think that what she mentions is right, or is she just doesn't know because she hasn't seen him?
I think she maybe doesn't know. Maybe that's her truth.
Yes, exactly. I think that she believes that what she said happened, but I think it's gonna be a surprise. I don't know if this season or next season. It's gonna be a surprise because he should be around, and I'll say that's the only time that I said, "Oh man, they're changing the canon too much." And I know it's difficult because of the rights that they have, what they can show and what they can't. But when she said,
if that's in the Silmarillion and not in the appendixes, they really have to like work around it. Because
yes, so I don't know. So it can be that way to this that happened. So now this is our canon. But I think it's that, like she said, I haven't seen him since then. I think that's her truth, and it's gonna come back to play later. I'm so sad for Beric, the horse. He wants to go for Isildur. I'm so sad.
That scene at the beginning with the horse on fire, that was heartbreaking.
Yes,
that was heartbreaking.
Every time a horse gets hurt, I'm afraid.
Horses,
they gotta put that big sign that.
Trigger
Content warning.
Even in the previous episode, when Adar from the horse, I'm like, "Is the horse okay?" He was, thankfully.
You better not stab the horse. Okay, you put in and they show the horse getting up and leaving. Okay, he's fine.
Leaving.
But yeah, that scene was heartbreaking. Seeing Beric, we know there's that connection that Elendil kind of mentioned that episode before. That hey, no, they know your feelings, and then here we go. He's like, I gotta go find Isildur. I'm so mad at Elendil that he didn't get on Beric and go back to find his son. That's the only thing I'll say. He thinks that his son is dead. I'm like, dude, just go find him.
But I also think like his sense of duty is bigger than him being Isildur's father.
Yeah,
and that's something that he's made very clear to him. Like, I'm in charge here. I have a role to play, and I think like in this episode we see him struggling with that because
even at the end. When the queen says, "Oh, we're coming back," and he just breaks down. It's like, we're gonna kill more of our people just for this battle. I already lost my son. So
because he thought that they were gonna leave. We're going back home. Done. This is over, and the queen's like, "Nope."
Before
that scene with the Queen Regent was so heartbreaking. Also, she's like, "I can only see gray." Oh.
Yeah. When did we leave? Oh, we lived a mile ago. Yeah. So before we go to when they're coming back and just kind of thinking for next episode, then we have your friend Durin and Elrond are back. Another great scene. We get Disa. I love everything. That relationship between Elrond and Durin is great. But also we have father and son going at it.
They're clashing because we got that moment when Durin sees the effect of the mithril on the evil spreading. And he's like, no, Elrond, come over here.
Come back. Yeah. But, and sorry, go ahead.
No, I know where you're going with this.
So yeah, they had their fight. Yeah, whatever. Father and son. Yeah, there's odds. We all know that. Durin's father, Durin the third, I guess, towards the leaf, Durin, like Elrond is saying, oh, Durin, son of Durin,
Durin.
son of Durin. He's like, shut up. Okay. He throws the leaf through the cavern of Mithril. It goes down. As it's going down, I'm like, okay.
I know. I knew. We all knew where that
We
was.
get ready. It's coming. It burns up, and there's the Balrog. Just and I loved it. And I hope we get him back. But I don't know if this is just foreshadowing for what's going to happen 1,000 years from now.
I mean, I think we're gonna get that. Honestly, the fall of Minas Tirith, and
Minister, yeah.
I think we're getting that.
Yeah, it's going to be Casa Doom and Mines of Moria just falling down. And all right, it's going to be great. But for next week, because go ahead.
No.
No? All right. So like you said, they're going back to Numenor. Queen Regent is going back, bringing more people. We know that Pharazôn doesn't want this.
No.
So that's going to be a clash there that maybe it's like anyone that leaves won't come back. And that's why then Elendil becomes the first king of Gondor when they set that up, because they can't go back to Numenor. I think they're going to get banished. We have Galadriel going to find the other elves. So now her conversation with Gil-galad that thinks she's in Valinor, living the life, and with Elrond. Those two conversations, I'm very interested to see where they're going to go.
Yeah. Do you think we're gonna get the destruction of Numenor in the finale?
I don't know. I don't know where the finale is going, to be honest with you,
no
because
idea.
I don't think we're getting Sauron kind of
But the
revealed.
trailers
like,
are teaching it. Teasing
the
it.
trailers, oh man, the trailers are weird because there's a lot of things from the whole season, then little clips of, I haven't seen that. Oh, they're building the rings already because they're putting something to this circle, and then we have the tower.
How long is this episode going to be?
Yes, every episode has been like 70 minutes, so we're getting an 80-minute episode, 90 minutes. So I don't, maybe they leave Numenor, and Numenor, there's not a place to come back to. I don't know. I haven't thought of that, but I don't know. I think Sauron's gonna show up, but I don't think we're gonna know who he is.
Who's Sauron, Alberto? And
I know.
I love that they play into
Ahsoka,
that.
Mephisto dressed as Sauron.
Yeah.
The trailer even plays into that. Like, who is it gonna be?
I love that. No, I hate and I love that they're playing into it. That it's someone. It's not like, Sauron is Sauron. Forget about it. No, they're playing into it. So I love it. But all my theories on Sauron are gone. I thought it was Halbrand. Halbrand is half dead. I don't know how he's riding a horse.
He's badly damaged.
So
he's alive in the world. He's alive.
He's alive. Okay. Don't kill him, because
he's in bad shape.
I fell in love with Halbrand 2 episodes ago. Don't take him out now. So I don't know. And of course, we got the Harfoots and the Strangers and the Acolytes or whatever they call going after the Strangers. So that's another. We haven't gotten too much with that, so I don't know where that's gonna go for the finale.
I think it's gonna be heavy in the next episode because this episode ends with them going after them. So we'll see.
Yeah, I'm kind of leaning that the Stranger is Gandalf. I'm kind of leaning that way, and I don't know if my Halbrand is Sauron theory that Maggie kind of put on my head is still valid.
That's my favorite theory. Yeah. But I will say, actually, from people who are very in depth with the lore, they've told me that it can't be Gandalf because when Gandalf gets to Middle Earth, the rings already exist, like for years. So it wouldn't. It would be like a change there.
And I think that's fine because they're doing a condensed kind of timeline. This is a 3,000-year story. They can't do that in 5 seasons. So I think I was thinking further it was one of the Blue Wizards, but again, the Blue Wizards don't come till like 2,000 years from now. So I think that's an even bigger stretch. So I'm okay if I don't know. Maybe Saruman, and Saruman when he was a good guy.
I don't think it's Gandalf. I think they want us to think it's Gandalf, but I don't think it's going there. Yeah. I'm starting to think that the twist is like you think it's Gandalf, but it's actually Sauron. I think it can go that way, but I don't know.
It could be because the beginning it kind of goes that way. He falls from a ball of fire. It looks like the eye. When the acolytes show up, they're looking at that. They're looking for him for a reason. Yeah, and they burned up the Harfoot camps. It's not like they're good guys trying to find Gandalf or.
And that was so well made, because we get that scene with them putting everything into the little wagons, and then they ran. I was like so heartbroken for them.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
Another great
It's
episode.
been great. It's been great.
All right, so
More greatness.
I love Rings of Power. One of my favorite things out there right now. I'll let you go. House of Dragons, Alti, you go ahead.
It's one of my favorite things out there right now. Man, I love this episode. We got into the lighting debacle again and not miss
Yes.
that debacle. And I will say it did bother me. Like, I had to turn everything off and be like, "Oh no, what's going on?"
I know why.
It's the same director, so it's a choice.
Yeah.
I don't love it. And we can get very technical. One of the things that bothers me is that it's not natural. They put a filter over it, and I don't like the way it looks, but whatever. But the episode was phenomenal.
That's good. Yeah.
One of the most awkward family Thanksgiving. And
I know. Right?
One of my favorite things about the episode is we finally see the groups divide, and we get who are the blacks, who are the greens, and it's all very, very well established. And we finally get Rhaenyra snapping out of it and realizing your ascension to the throne is not gonna be as easy as you thought.
Yeah.
Just because you were named doesn't mean you're gonna be.
Yeah, because that's been my issue with her. She's been no, I'm the heir. It's not gonna be a problem. It's girl, you gotta start looking around.
Yeah, I mean, and we saw it from the episode when Daemon takes her around Flea Bottom and she sees how the people react. Hey, Rhaenyra is the heir, but there's a male descendant of Viserys who could be king. So of course there's going to be trouble.
Yeah, but in this episode, I think she finally realizes I need help. I need an army. I need people, and she marries Daemon, and finally got to that.
Yes.
We'll get to there because she got it before, and then they got married.
Yeah.
But, so Norhal, you're caught up with House of the Dragon. You're enjoying the series.
Yes. I was telling Odi that it's a telenovela. Yeah, it's like a Mexican telenovela with all the reactions and such. But I think it's having the focus on one family, on the Targaryens, even if they are a lot of them. But I think it gets more. It's easier for us to okay, you get who does what and all the motivations and such. So I'm enjoying it. It's a good one.
I think just focusing on one family, at least this first season. Oh, there goes my notes. It was a great idea, and it's helping kind of keep it more contained.
I just want to say, I see people getting very attached. People don't get attached to anyone or any creature.
No.
There's a reason why this is the beginning of the end for the Targaryens.
Yeah.
So
it's Game of Thrones. You gotta know it. I
It's-
love Sir Herwin last week or 2 weeks. I love.
things are brewing, and it's not gonna be pretty what's gonna happen. But I love that. What was it? Oh, dude, I love the whole fight with Aemon and his nephews and his cousins.
Nephews, cousins.
And that moment when Daemon's leaning as if his daughters didn't try to kill his nephew.
Oh, that was a great meme from Alberto. When you're just seeing the
I love that.
fandom and
We're just watching people just go at it when I don't care. I don't have anything to do with it. Leading into it, I love the funeral for Laena. It was quiet. We see this other aspect of the Valerian just putting their back into the sea. I don't know. I know there was a scene with Daemon kind of laughing when the priest said something. I couldn't catch it. I think it was a little bit out of character for Daemon at that point because he did care for Laena.
So the way I see it, that's he's a weird guy. We can't avoid that. And I think he's really grieving. And I think he's maybe laughing at the fact that he was not expected to be grieving. He was not expecting to be grieving. So I did not at first. I was weirded out about it, like you. But then, when I thought about it, I think maybe that's his process. Maybe he's just so awkward for him.
it was his grieving process.
Yeah, and I forgot what he tells Otto Hightower when he's walking out. He's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry for your loss," and he's something about people
No,
always find a way to come back. Or
he looks at him and he's like, it's incredible how the leash, even when he's like
They're-
fat, he just keeps on
keeps
taking.
yeah, I love that. It's like, why do you bring Otto back? Because I
know.
love Otto as a hand because he's
I
so
love
evil.
Otto.
It is fantastic. I have to mention from the beginning when I started watching the series, Rhys Ifans' work is
The lizard.
amazing. Because he's the lizard, but also for those communists as me, he is in Notting Hill. He's a Spike, so it's like, oh my god,
Yeah.
it's the same guy. So that's fantastic.
I love that Ted Lasso reference, by the way, from
guess.
Communist.
Oh man, so I'll say so. Then we get Aemon steals Vhagar, the largest dragon ever. I'll say that's my only kind of complaint. Apart from Jay, was too dark. Because also I was like, man, I gotta change my TV settings, and then I saw everyone complaining about it. And oh, okay, we're back to
One of those things.
Yes, but it was too long for me. It's like, okay, we know he's just hanging on and flying,
It was
and then.
dark,
And I'm kind of over this kind of cliche of kids that have been bullied. All of a sudden, now they're the bullies. And I understand that you get confidence if you're able to ride this dragon. But just as soon as he comes back, he's like, yeah, I saw that. You shut up. And I could have done without the kid fighting until he goes, pocket sand, and then slash over the eye. But the other 5 minutes of kids just pushing is, dude, where are the parents? It's like 2 in the morning. All the kids are out in dragon pits. Come on, where are the parents?
We know where
we know where they are.
We know where 2 of them were.
Yeah.
But
And I love that whole thing where no one knows where Lena is. I think everyone knows, but no one wants to say it.
Exactly.
Where's Lena? Where's he's with his assistant.
But I love the family tension when the whole confrontation goes down, and when, like Otto, you said, when the houses are divided. Now we know when.
Yes.
And I love
that scene was great.
Yes, I love where Damon kind of stopped. Forgot his name already. Chris Cole kind of stopping him. It's like, dude, your time is coming, but right now.
One of the worst TV trash dudes of this year.
I love how Damon's just like sitting there, and the moment he's like, "Give me his eye,"
yeah,
he just goes, "Where are you going,
Where
buddy?"
the hell?
Man, I can't wait. I can't wait for that.
I just love the tension in that scene with Viserys just screaming and just wanting everyone to just cut it out. And Aegon just goes like, look at them. And it's just like, oh, okay, we're doing this.
Yes, because I first, again, Aemon goes from being bullying the other Targaryen kids to then, oh, who told you these lies? As any kids look so small. But then he just rats out his brother, the bigger one that's been the bully. And he's like, look at them. Why are you asking me? Everyone knows. He's like, oh, crap, I got to deal with this. But yeah, that whole scene. But no, how were you then surprised as we kind of start wrapping it up when Daemon and Rhaenyra have that conversation that like, hey, we need to get married. I need you, Daemon, to have this army, to have people backing me up. And then, for us to get married, Laenor has to kind of be out of the picture. I'm glad they didn't kill him. It was a fake death. I loved it because I felt so bad for the dude because he finally was like, dude, I gotta do my part.
Yeah.
And now, okay, I'm gonna kill you, but no, he's now living his life. Hopefully, a long one.
Yeah, and it made me think. I mean, at one point, okay, yeah, we know they were not his kids, but it's what the king says. And at the end of the day, if he recognized them as his kids, even if they are not his kids, that's what matters, right?
Yeah.
But I thought that it was better, like you said, I agree that they didn't kill him. He just ran away to do his life as he wanted to. Yeah.
You know, that's something they changed from the book.
They changed from the book.
Carl does kill him, but I love that they changed it because I was not expecting it.
Yeah.
And when you see him with the shaved head, I was like, But I love how that comes right after he's like, no, I'm going to be a father. I'm going to be a husband to you. I'm going to change everything. And she's like, have a counter proposal. You can
like,
go away.
what do you think about this?
We don't have to do anything else.
And
Actually.
just coming back a little bit into the episode, I just thought about it, about people not wanting to do things they are expected to do, is when Corlys have this conversation with little Luke that, oh, you're going to be the master of Driftmark. And I don't want it. It's like, runs in the family. Just know it's there.
Even with Aegon, at least in the book, and I think we'll get to that in the next episode, he does not want to be king. No. He does not want that. And when everything starts to happen later on, it's interesting because he doesn't want it.
Yeah. All right. So it's going to be interesting as we go for the next episode tomorrow. There's another time jump. They're a little bit older.
10 years.
Another 10 years. Viserys got to be dead now. Come on. It's cryogenics at this point.
I think the episode starts with his stuff.
And we've seen from the trailer, Otto Hightower is going to say, I'm speaking for the king or something.
Yeah.
So I don't know why Rhaenyra's not. But we'll get into that next week or tomorrow when we see the episode. But just kind of wrapping up, I love also for Leno where he's talking about that he hasn't been kind of the father. It's like, I love the kids, maybe not enough. It's like, oh man, it's so heartbroken. He loves them, but he knows they're not his, so he doesn't love them all the way. It's like, oh man.
Exactly.
I also love learning that they really did try to have a normal marriage.
Yeah.
And also, I know we talk about a lot of Rhaenyra, but there was this moment where King Aegon was leaving to his chambers, and he told Alicent, like, "Oh, Aemma."
Yeah.
Told her that, and it makes you think, like, and I know in a previous episode that scene gave me that perception, like he really wanted to. He loved his first wife.
Mm-hmm.
But the marriage with Alicent was just because the kingdom needed more heirs and whatnot, but he didn't really love her.
I think we talked about this, but I think that's why he's so insistent that Rhaenyra has to be the heir, because he knows what he did trying to have a son, what he did to his wife, and I think he really regrets it. So yeah.
All right, poor
great show,
Viserys. But like they also said, history doesn't remember doesn't remember blood. They remember names.
Yeah.
Great line.
Yes. All right. So that kind of brings an end to an episode today. So what between fandoms? I'm going to talk about Andor, episode 5. A lot of great episodes this week. Can't wait for next week. Norhal, always a pleasure having you here.
Thank you.
Great as always. Where can people find you out there?
No, thank you so much, guys. It's a pleasure, always a pleasure to be here at Radio Rebellion. Sorry, my tongue went all of the way. So, you can find me on Twitter at Norhal. On my bio, I have a link tree with all my different pursuits and websites where you can find me. So definitely, if you can want to hear about Star Wars, Marvel, my rants about Ted Lasso, music and such, follow.
It's a great follow. Alti, you know what? Don't even worry about it. For everyone that joined us today on the chat, Mo, Amy, Dale, thank you for being here. Thank you, Alti. As always, thank you, Norhal. Guys, you know where to find me. It's there. You're here every week. So thank you, guys. Stay safe. Be safe.
Thank you.
And may the force be with you.